Okay, so question 10, right, we have at 0900, Peter traveled from A to B at a constant speed of 80 km per hour. Okay, half an hour later, Timothy traveled from A to B at a constant speed along the same route. After Timothy traveled 240 km, he caught up with Peter. Timothy took 5 hours to travel from city A to B. Find the distance between city A and B. Okay, I'm going to draw city A to city B. So first, okay, like this. I will mark this as A. I will mark this as B. 9 o'clock, Peter traveled from A to B. So I'm going to start at 9 o'clock. 0900. Okay. What happened for Peter? Travel at 80 km per hour. So I also put inside. Okay. Peter. Okay. 80 km per hour. I write it down. So half an hour later means is at 0930. And what happened is Timothy also started from A to B. So also from A go to B. Okay, so it's following the same direction. With this direction, right, he traveled 240 before catching up with Peter. So let's suppose that this is 240 km. And what happened is that they are going to catch up. Means they will meet lah. After that, they say Timothy took 5 hours to travel from A to B. So Timothy from A to B, right, will take 5 hours. Timothy. Okay, what can you do first? You have the speed for Peter, and you know when they meet that time, right, they travel 240 km. So basically, you have the distance and you have the speed. So everybody, what can you find and who can you find? Remember your DST triangle? So if you have the speed, okay, with 80 km per hour, and you have the distance, okay, time, very good. Whose time can you find out? Is it Peter or Timothy? Peter, right? Okay, Peter. This 240 km is not only Timothy travel, okay? When Timothy traveled 240 km, he caught up with Peter. Means Peter also traveled 240 km so that they can meet. So basically, right, from here, what you can do, right, is you find the time for Peter. Time for Peter after traveling the 240 km. To find the time, you need to take distance divided by speed, right? So you will take 240 km, okay, divided by 80 km per hour, and that will give you the time taken is 3 hours to travel this 240 km. If Peter took 3 hours to travel 240 km, what about Timothy? Given the fact that Timothy actually started half an hour later, 2 hours 30 minutes. Do you understand why is it 2 hours 30 minutes? You take 3 hours minus away that half hour that Timothy didn't use. Because Timothy started half hour later. So 3 hours minus half hour is 2.5 hours. Now, if you know the time of Timothy and you know the distance of Timothy, what can you find next? The speed of Timothy. Very good. The speed of Timothy. So how do you find the speed? Speed is distance divided by time. So the distance that Timothy traveled up to the point that they meet is 240 km. Okay, so distance divided by time. The time is 2.5 hours. So you divide it by 2.5 hours. So that will give you Timothy's speed, right, is 96 km per hour. Oh, I should write Timothy, not time, okay? Yeah, so if Timothy's speed is 96 km per hour, Timothy took 5 hours to travel from A to B. What is the distance between city A and B? Now you're finding the distance. You have Timothy's speed is 96 and you have the time is 5 hours. Yeah, so to find the distance, right, you take the speed times time. So you take 96 km per hour, you times the time of 5 hours. That will give you 480 km. So 480 km for question 10. For question 13, right, first of all, you need to identify all the numbers lah. So this one, if you see the interval, right, it's like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So it's by tens lah. So if this is 150, right, you go one more level up, it's 160. Okay, then you look at April, is 60, 70. Okay, so April is 70. Okay, for May, 350. For June, 410, 420. Okay, so once you get all these values already, let's start with the question, okay? So how much more did he save in May than April? So since May he saved 350, April he saved 70, right? So how much more? You just take 350 minus 70, okay? That will give you 280 for part A. Part B, what was the percentage increase in his savings from May to June? Percentage increase, right, means you must find the increase over the original, okay, over the original, multiply by 100%. So what is the increase? Look at May to June, okay, 350 to 420. So it's 420 minus 350. Then you divide by your original. Your original must be in the month of May. So you divide it by 350. Then you multiply by 100%. That's how you can get 20%. Okay, let's go to C now. We have the amount of money Raj saved in July was 1/5 the total amount of money he saved from March to July. So take a look here. They are saying that 1 unit is for July. 5 unit is from March to July. Okay, March to July. If you were to look at the units given here, okay, if July is 1 unit, March to July, right, is 5 units. So you can find out one more thing here. Tell me, what can you find out, everybody? Somebody tell me 4, but what is 4? Not much, not much. March to June. Yes, March to June. This is very important. Why? Because March to July is 5. You minus away the July. You minus away the July, isn't it? You got March, April, May, June. So your 4 unit, right, is 160 plus 70 plus 350 plus 420, which you get 1000. Okay, so to find 1 unit, right, is 1000 divided by 4, which is 250. So how much did he save in July? He saved 1 unit in July, which is 250. So your answer is 250. Okay, you are given B, C, D, E is a rhombus. So B, C, D, E, right, this one is a rhombus. Alright, so once you are given a rhombus, what you should do, you should write out your parallel lines like this, like this, like this, like this, okay? So to remind yourself. Then we have DEF is a straight line. AF, BE, CD are parallel to one another. So you have AF, BE, and CD, they are all parallel. So you will put like this. And then AB equals BE. So AB equals BE, which means this line is equal to this line. So you're going to mark out like this, okay? And then they give us 62 degree is your BEF, 62 degrees is here. AED is 143, so AED is 143 is here. So I want you to look at this 143. Okay, don't let this 62 confuse you. Focus one thing at one time. So if you see this 143, right? Okay, do you see angles on the straight line here? So what can you all do first? Yes, okay, this one is 180 is on the straight line. So you got 143 here, so you can find this one. So when you're finding that, right, it's called your angle AEF. 180 degrees minus 143 degrees, you will get 37 degrees, alright? So this one is 37 degrees. Okay, so once you get 37 degrees, you can find AEB already. 62 minus away 37, you will get the answer for part A, which is angle AEB. 62 degrees minus 37 degrees, okay, which is equal to 25 degrees. 25 degrees. To find ABC, which is this one. If you're not too sure how to find that, just find as many things as possible first. For instance, you really tackle that 143, right? And you use 180 minus 143, get 37. What about people? You use this 62. Look at this. And then you ignore that 143. I want you to look at this line. What can you do? 180 minus 62 to find that angle is what we call angle BED. 180 minus 62, you will get 118 degrees. And if you know this is 118 degree is a rhombus. So rhombus, you know, diagonally opposite angles are the same. Okay, so which also you will know this is 118. Maybe it might help me, maybe it may not, but never mind. I will just write it there first, just in case. What else can we find? Look at this. Do you see what type of triangle is this? We mark out this and these are equal, right? Given from the question. So can you see there's an isosceles? So if there's an isosceles and we know that this one is 25, right? So we will know the other angle is also 25. So how can we find this one? 180 minus 50, very good. So that is to find angle ABE is 180 degrees minus 25 degrees minus 25 degrees, and that will give you 130 degrees. Okay, so we know this is 130. To be able to find this, we need to find this, right? Here and here, they are parallel. So we know that's interior angles, everybody. Interior angle means that this plus this equal how many degree? 180. Thank you. Interior angle set down to 180. So to find this angle, you need to take 180 minus 118. Angle CBE is 180 degrees minus 118 degrees. You will get 62 degrees. To find angle ABC, right? Since this add up to 360, I will take 360 degrees minus 130 degrees minus 62 degrees. I will get 168 degrees. 168 degrees. Can I say it's a Z shape? Like here, here, here. Parallel. Can. That's why here is 62, here is 62. Can also. We have the figure below is made up of square ABCD, a semicircle DOC, two overlapping quarter circles, DCB and ACD. So DCB is here, okay, and then ACD is here. Alright, ACD is here. So that's your two quarter circles. So we have DE equals to EC. So DE equals to EC means here equals to here, right? EF is 50 means this is 50. If you see this is 50, isn't it the radius of the semicircle? You will know this is 50 and this is also 50. Then how can we find the area of semicircle DOC? Area is, since it's a semicircle, I will start with half first. Half times pi, pi is 3.14, times radius. Okay, so in one step, you can just key in the calculator, you get 3925 answer. 3925 cm squared. Okay? Try to always write the half in front. Okay? If let's say it's a semicircle, you write the half in front. If it's a quadrant, then you write 1/4 instead. Okay? Try not to do in two steps. Like you find the area of circle first, then later you divide by 2. Okay? Because usually when you all try to do that, right, you all usually will forget to divide by 2. And then you all will waste the mark and you never get correct. Now, the hard part, they want you to find the difference between area X and Y. Now, your X is not a shape you can just find like that because it's not like a circle or whatever, right? It's an irregular shape. Look at your Y also. It's not a very, very nice shape also. So what should we do? We should try to find the shapes that we can find. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to label on top of X and Y, I'm going to label other alphabet also. So I'm going to label like this semicircle, right, is a P. This part, right, I'm going to label as a Q. And this part, right, I'm going to label as a R. So what are the things that you can find first? Can you find this first? They tell you it's a quadrant. To find this quadrant here, it is your Q, Y, and P, correct? So I will write Q plus Y plus P. To find that, right, is 1/4 times pi times the radius of the quadrant. Everybody, if this is your quadrant, what is your radius? If this is your quadrant, imagine now your baby circle look like this, right? So where is your radius? Your radius is not 50, yeah? Your radius is very good. It's 100. Is here to here, right? 50 plus 50 is 100. So times radius, you'll find the quadrant, right? Is going to be 7850. Now, isn't this the same as this quadrant here also? Because for this quadrant here, the radius is also 100. So that means, right, Q plus Y plus P is the same as R plus Y plus P. R plus Y plus P. Other than that, what else can we also find next? Can you see we can find this or also this? Okay, this is what we call the boomerang. Okay, why is that so? If we know this is 100, right? This is a quadrant, right? Quadrant, if the radius is 100 here, means here is also 100. Exactly, it must be the same radius. So it's 100 also, So isn't it you can take 100 times 100, find the area of that square, then you minus the quadrant, you can find the boomerang. Understand? X plus R or X plus Q, right? You take the area of the square, 100 times 100, you minus away your quadrant, which is 7850. You will get 2150. Other than this, what other things can you find also? Do you agree with me? Just now you already found 3925. You already found this semicircle. So isn't it you can find your x, y, q, r as well? You can take your area of square 100 times 100. You minus away your p, which is minus away your 3925. Understand? So you will get 6075. So right here, everybody, I want you to look at this and this. What can you find next? There are two answers that you can potentially get. You minus your x plus r, right? X plus r, you minus, right? You're getting y plus q. So y plus q. Or if let's say you minus x plus q, right? You minus x plus q, you're getting y plus r. Okay? Y plus r is the same thing. Yeah? 6025 minus away 2150. Okay? You will get 3925. We are trying to find the difference between x and y. Clearly, looking at the diagram, your y is definitely bigger than your x. So when they're asking for the difference that time, right, it's definitely y minus x, not x minus y, because the bigger one must minus the smaller one. To find this one, please look at this and this. Oh, 6075. Thank you. Careless mistake right there. 75. You can look at this and you can look at this. Actually, if there's r here, I will tell you to do r here. Or you can look like this. You can look at this or you look at this. Also can. 3925 minus 2150. Yes. So you'll get 1775. 1775 cm squared. Okay, why is it so, everybody? X plus r and y plus r. Your y plus r is 3925. Your x plus r is 2150. This one is bigger. So you take the bigger one minus the smaller one. What are you doing? You got r here, you got r here, you minus away. So technically, you're just left with the difference between y and x. You're taking y minus the x, right? That's why when you take 3925 minus 2150, you're finding the difference between x and y already. It's a tough one. But I hope that y'all can get the technique. If they give you a figure like this, try to label with different or other alphabets. And then, from the alphabets, you try to find the shapes that you can find first. Like, you know this is a quadrant you can find first, go and find it. So, go and find all these things, get all the alphabets, and then try to play around the alphabets such that you can get to the exact alphabet they want, which is y minus x. What is the value of this? This one, just take note, this one is a divide. I think maybe you cannot see. Okay, the original copy look like a plus, but if it's divide, I think you can do. According to Bob Mas, you must do the bracket first. So you take 63 plus 27, right, you get 90. Then the rest, right, just copy down. Divide by 3 minus 12 times 2. Okay, I know that some of you don't like to copy down the whole thing. You like to do separately by yourself. Try not to do that. Because when you all tend to do that, always wrong one. So after that, right, after you do the bracket, you are left with divide minus times. So remember, according to Bob Mas, right, divide and times come first before the plus and minus. So 90 divided by 3 is a 30. Then you divide already, you left with 12 times 2 at the back that you need to do. Minus just copy down. So 12 times 2 is a 24. So 30 minus 24, you get a 6. Okay, the answer is option number 1. Question 8, right? The 3 container would have some water shown below. Arrange A, B, C from the largest to the smallest, okay? Make sure you know what they want. Largest to smallest. You don't want to flip it, So over here, how do you even know how many ml is it? Okay, look at the intervals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intervals. Give you 100 ml. So you will take 100 ml, right? You divide by 5. Okay, you will know each interval right there, right, is a 20 ml increase. If it's 20 ml increase, so it's 100, 120, 140, 160, then halfway, 170. So you should know this one is 170 ml. Alright? 1 interval, 2 interval, 3 interval, 4 interval, 5 interval give you 400 ml. So you take 400 ml, you divide by 5, 80 ml per interval. So like that is 80 ml. This range here is less than 80 ml because it didn't fully go up 1 interval. But if let's say you go 2 intervals up, right, it should be 160. Because 80 ml, right, you times 2, right, is 160 ml. But we know that this one is lesser. We know that this is less than 160 ml. That's what we can conclude first. And then the last one here is 0.5 liters. So you also count how many intervals are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 0.5 liters you divide by 10, right? You will get, this one is paper 1. So you divide by 10, right? You just shift 1 decimal place towards your left. Okay, left. So you shift it here 1 time. So the decimal point should be here, right? Yes. So it's 0.05 liters for 1 interval. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 intervals, right? So you 4 times 0.05 liters. You will get 0.2 liters. Bear in mind liters. Just now over here is all is ml, right? So now you need to change your liters to ml. You need to times 1000 because 1 liters is 1000 ml. Okay, you're going to shift 3 times, right, towards your right now. So you're going to shift like this. 1, 2, 3, like this. Above this little curve, right, you always put a 0. Above this, you put a 0. So end up you get a 200 ml. Okay, looking at this whole question, you have 170, you have less than 160, and have 200. So largest confirm is the 200 ml. So largest confirm is a C. So if it's a C, right, you can already eliminate your 1 and 2. Then the second largest, right, it must be your 170, which is your A. It must be C, A, B. Okay, answer is option number 4. So this one is a 1 cm cube, and okay, what this person did was take over the whole solid and drip it with a pail of green paint. What is the total surface area painted in green? Assuming when you paint that time, it's only paint the outer and it's in one chunk like this. You didn't separate it out. So if it's one chunk like that, you need to split up in a few dimensions that you need to find. So the first one is what I call the top. How many top faces are there? Top faces like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if you top got 6, right? Tell me bottom got how many? Your top and bottom are best friend. 6 also, yes. Front is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So front got 6. Front and back will be the same thing. They best friend also. 6 also, yes. Then let's go to right and left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If right got 6, right? Your left will also have 6. So in total, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6 is 36 faces. Everything is 1 cm. Means 1 cm times 1 cm is 1 cm square. If you have 36 faces, then it's 36 cm square. Okay, answer is option 4. Just take note that this one may not always be 1 cm. It can be a 2 cm. If it's 2 cm, you must take 2 times 2, which is 4 cm square. Then you 4 cm square times 36 faces. So really depend on the question. Okay, first of all, when they say equilateral, PQR is equilateral, you must mark out. You never mark out, you cannot do the question 1. Next thing, you know STUV is a rhombus. So STUV is this one. Like this, like this, like this, like this. You know they're parallel. And then they also tell you 52 degree and they tell you to find USV. Okay, so what are the things you can figure out first? Equilateral triangle, you know all are 60 degree, 60 degree, 60 degree. Straight line, that's form X, right? So if here is 60, here is also 60, vertically opposite angle. After you know this 60, you look at this triangle, you know this plus this plus this is 180. So you will take 180 minus 52 minus 60. That will give you 68. So here is 68. If you know this is a rhombus, rhombus means if the diagonal cut like this, right, means it will cut this angle into half. It means this angle and this angle will be the same. And since, right, this is a straight line, QRST is a straight line. If you know this and this is the same and they all join up to become this straight line, become 180. So you can just take 180 minus 62, then you divide by 2. Okay, because this and this is the same. Yeah, so then you get 56. So then you know, this angle that they're asking you, right, is 56 degree. Number 3. Why 62? Oh, wait, 68. Yeah, sorry, right wrongly. 68, yeah. 180 minus 68, then divide by 2. 13. So we have a table that shows the rates of renting a bicycle at the shop. Daisy rented 2 bicycles from 3 o'clock to 5:50, 3 o'clock to 5:50 p.m. Tell me how many hours and how many minutes? 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock is 1 hour. 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock is another hour. So it's 2 hours and... Okay, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Very good. Alright, so she paid a total of $32 for renting the bicycle. We know the first hour is $8, but we don't know the rate for every 30 minutes or part thereof. Okay, so how much did Daisy have to pay for every 30 minutes or part thereof for renting a bicycle? So out of that $32, okay, she already paid $8 for the first hour. So you minus $8 first, okay, for the first hour. Oh, there's a catch. This one, if you never catch that, right, you might also get wrong. Very, very tricky question. Before I minus 8, right, look at this. 2 bicycles. Bearing in mind it's 2 bicycles. Later on, we need to go back to 1 bicycle. So what will y'all do first? 32 divided by 2 first for 1 bicycle. So out of that 1 bicycle, which is $16, the first hour, right, is $8. So you take $16 minus $8, you will get the $8. When you minus $8 that time, you're minusing 1 hour. So when you take this 2 hour 15 minutes, you minus that 1 hour, right? You are left with how many minutes? 1 hour and 50 minutes. 1 hour and 50 minutes 1 hour is 60 minutes. 60 minutes plus 50 minutes, 110 minutes. Now, 110 minutes, right? It cannot form a nice 30-minute blocks. So, because of the part thereof means what? Means anything less than 30 minutes, right? You will still treat it as, you charge it at like 30 minutes like that. So, meaning to say you need to round up to the nearest 30-minute kind of multiple. Yes, part thereof for this one, you need to round up. So, instead of 110 minutes, right? You need to round off to become 120 minutes. This 120 minutes, right, is being charged $8. Because just now $16 is the price for one bicycle, we already minus $8 for the first hour. So the remaining $8, right, must come from the every 30 minutes and part thereof, which we concluded is 120 minutes. Because need to be in multiples of 30. So if you just want to find 30 minutes, from 120 you become 30, isn't it? You divide by 4, right? You'll get $2. So every 30 minutes or part thereof, you need to pay $2. Answer is option number 2.